All right, hello everybody. This is Stuart Jean coming back at you here with Drum Magazine at Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California. For August 2019, we're looking at that secretive in the cracks, in between, not quite straight, not quite swung grooves and how they're applied to different styles of music. You know, basically rootsy stuff, reggae, rock and roll, soul, that kind of thing. Today we're going to look at two tunes that are a great place to start as far as developing your ability to do this. And, you know, what this does is if we looked at straight as being here and swung as being here, and it's sort of like a tunnel, you realize that you can live within, you can play within this area. I'm totally playing the song totally straight. I'm playing it totally swung down here. And I can live in the middle. I can find a place, and it just helps your sense of time, your sense of feel, being able to bend time a little tiny bit. So we're going to look at this song called You Never Can Tell by Chuck Berry, which Odie Payne is the drummer on it. I'm just going to break it down and play it to a click. It's about 157, 158. There's a lot of versions of this song. But this one really cops it, so I'm just going to play along here, and we have a 1-bar pattern. It does change as if you listen to the recording. There's a few variations on the bass drum, but I'm just going to take the main meat of it here. I might fool around with it a little bit, but you've got the 1 bar there, and I'm just going to start there and kind of move, maybe go to the ride, and just kind of play on this thing. So here we go. Okay, so you can see there, I'm not playing. That would be totally straight. At that tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's totally straight, and it's not swung. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it's not straight, it's not swung. It leans to the straight side. And really, if you heard a band playing it totally swung, this song, or totally straight, as long as they're all playing the same subdivision, it's locked in. It's okay, but this really gives it that swampy feel, that greasy feel, and you want to be able to live in that world. You want to be able to have control there. If someone says, "Yeah, that's not feeling right," that might mean you need to adjust. Feeling. If someone says it's not feeling right, or it's not feeling right to you, or it's just something's not gelling, it doesn't mean you're playing out of time or you're rushing. It could be this minute where, man, I got to adjust that 8th note and have it swing a little differently. So, there's another tune which opens up a whole nother can of worms for like another video, but it really gets the feel across. The Eddie Cochran tune called Something Else with Earl Palmer on drums. This is that classic, like Keepin' Knockin', and which influenced the Little Richard song Keepin' Knockin', and then that leads us to Led Zeppelin, John Bonham, rock and roll, which that's more straightened out, but it's this idea where you're playing that same rock and roll beat, that in between kind of thing, but both hands are rocking the hi-hat and snare. And you kind of have that going on. It's just a little more raucous, and it just feels like, to me, like when the whole band's doing that and it's just churning, it just feels like a locomotive just ready to fall off the rails, but it's hanging in there and it's just moving forward and just barreling through. And when we're in this area, sometimes you can give that snare drum a break, or it doesn't have to be every note. It's really like you're just grooving so hard that the left hand can't help itself, So, it's almost incidental, You don't want to force it too much, but good practice. So I'll start with the 1-bar pattern, 4 on the floor, and then I'll move out of that, because not every tune would have the 4 on the floor. This is just maybe the most driving part of a tune, but I'll break up the bass drum pattern after a few bars. So check it out. Cool. So rollicking groove there. Those two grooves are great examples of the rock and roll usage of the in-between swung and straight in the cracks groove. My approach is definitely a little more, rim shotty and aggressive. We can always adjust the hi-hat, wider, tighter, lighter, all kinds of things. But and of course that's, two simple songs to start you on a deep dive of like finding out more about this. So anyway, that's it. Check it out, and we have more coming up in the next couple weeks, and we'll explore this in-between groove. Thank you, everyone. Take care.